Hello, a very good evening to all of you. So in this lecture we are going to deal about Portland cement. Portland cement is a type of cement which is made, which has been named as Portland cement because it resembled a stone which was found in UK, which was the most strong material at that point of time. So why it was named Portland? Because that place was named Portland. That place name was Portland, and a stone was there whose strength was very, very high. So it was known as Portland. That stone was made up of limestone. So at that point of time, all the products that were made up of limestone, they were known as Portland cements. But later on, what happened was there is a specific type of a binder that was formed, and that binder was known as cement. And that binder used to create very strong materials. So it was known as Portland cement. So we are reading AM Neville in this literature. AM Neville Properties of Concrete. I have already read the preface of it, but we are going to read the later on chapters. The chapter 1 we are reading. Cement in the general sense of the word can be described as a material with adhesive and cohesive properties which make it capable of bonding mineral fragments into a compact whole. This definition embraces a large variety of cement materials. For constructional purposes, the meaning of the term cement is restricted to the bonding materials used with stones, sand, bricks, building blocks, etc. The principal constituents of this type of cement are compounds of lime, so that in building and civil engineering we are concerned with calcareous cement. The cements of interest in the making of concrete have the property of setting and hardening under water by virtue of a chemical reaction with it and are therefore called hydraulic cements. What are hydraulic cements? Hydraulic cements are cements which when react with water, they undergo hydration, and that hydration process is known as hydraulicity of cement. And hydraulicity, after cement undergoing hydraulicity, that cement is known as hydraulic cement. And this is a chemical reaction which is known as hydration. Hydraulic cements consist of mainly silicates and aluminates of lime and can be classified broadly as natural cements, Portland cements, and high alumina cements. The present chapter deals with the manufacture of Portland cement and its structure and properties, both when unhydrated and in a hydrated state. The different types of Portland and other cements can be considered in chapter 2. So types of cement we are going to consider in chapter 2. Okay. Types of cement we are going to consider in chapter 2, and we are considering about the Portland cement in this chapter. We are not considering about the types of cement. We are considering the Portland cement in this chapter. We are not considering the type of cement. Okay. Now there is a historical note. So what can be the historical note? There are several types of histories and which are surrounding the cement. First, the first civil engineer was known as, it was an animal. I have already discussed in my earlier chapters. The first civil engineer, it was beaver. Then the first human civil engineer was John Smeaton, and he was a civil engineer. And what is civil? Civil is a thing which is non-military. That is known as civil. So he was a non-military. Civil means getting civilized. If I'm a civil engineer, my job is to civilize the human beings. If I'm not doing my job, human beings will not be able to civilize. Human beings will pretend as if they are living in a jungle. But if I'm working with my heart and soul together, I'll be able to civilize the human beings in a very easier way. So, what is civil? Civil means something which is non-military. So Smeaton was the first civil engineer, and in which year? Around 1824. No, 1824 it was Joseph Aspdin, but John Smeaton in 1756 to rebuild the Eddystone Lighthouse of the Cornish coast found that the best mortar was produced when pozzolana was mixed with limestone containing a considerable proportion of clay matter. So how cement was first formed? Pozzolana, when mixed with limestone, was considered to be the first type of cement in 1756. Are you getting it? So after that, Joseph Aspdin discovered the Portland cement. Why it was named Portland cement? Because the cement was prepared by heating a mixture of finely divided clay and hard limestone in a furnace until CO2 had been driven off. The temperature was much lower than that necessary for clinkering. The prototype of modern cement was made in 1845 by Isaac Johnson. Now there are two different types of cement. One is a Portland cement and one is a modern cement. So these two types of cement are different. These two types of cement are different. But the modern cement is yet known as Portland cement. Why? Because earlier also the cement was considered a brand, and that brand is continuing through by now. So that's why they are still continuing that brand of Portland up till now. So why it was named as Portland cement? Because it was resembling the color and quality of a hardened cement of Portland stone. A stone which resembled a limestone quarried in Dorset has remained throughout the world to this day to describe a cement obtained by intimately mixing together calcareous and argillaceous or the silica, alumina and iron oxide bearing materials, burning them at a clinkering temperature and grinding and resulting clinker. What are clinkers? We are not going to deal about now. Clinkers are the things we are going to deal in the later sections. In this 10-minute lecture, I'm not going to deal about clinker. I'm going to deal about the history of cement formation. The history of cement formation. So, the term Portland was resembling a stone which was in UK, a stone which was named as Portland. And I've already discovered why it was Portland. It was named Portland because that town's name was Portland, and the stone was very strong. That's why it was made up of limestone. So that's why limestone is CaCO3, that is calcium carbonate. So that's why it was named as Portland cement. So calcareous and argillaceous materials, it was made up of calcareous and argillaceous materials. There was no doubt about that. And still the cement is also considering of calcareous and argillaceous materials. So as we can see that cement are of different types. But all types of cement consist of the same calcareous and argillaceous materials. What is calcareous? What is argillaceous? Calcareous are those materials which are made up of calcium compounds, and argillaceous are those materials which are made up of aluminium compounds, alumina. So in cement, there are different types of ingredients that we can see. One is a calcium oxide, that is lime. One is aluminium oxide, that is alumina, Al2O3. One is iron oxide, that is Fe2O3. One is the zinc oxide, that is Zn2O. So there are different types of oxides that are found in cement. What is the oxide that is responsible for the red color in cement? That is the zinc oxide is responsible for the red color in the cement. So there are different types of cement, and when these calcareous and argillaceous compounds are being burnt, they result in the formation of clinker. And clinker are the balls which are produced after heating of cement at a temperature of about 1450 degrees Celsius in a kiln. These are known as cement. Clinker. These are known as clinker. So after cooling down of clinkers, the cement is formed. After the cooling down of clinkers, cement is formed. But so this was all we are going to discuss in this chapter, in this lecture. The rest is the manufacture of Portland cement. We are going to discuss that thing in the next lecture, which I am going to be uploading very soon. So please, whatever I am teaching you, kindly note it down on a copy and take a copy and a pen. Start the lecture and write it down throughout the lecture. It would be very beneficial for you if you make the notes very seriously. It would be really beneficial for you because you're going to be the top master in concrete technology and cement production. So that's all I would like to say, and wish you a very happy life and a very good luck. Thank you.